Nothing in wrestling quite compares to the feel you get when you see that superstar emerge with briefcase in hand. Something seismic is about to occur, unless your name's Damien Sandow or John Cena versus The Big Show. However, without further ado, let's dive straight in and look at the 10 moments which had us leaping out of our seats in joy, delight, and sometimes even fury. Hello, I'm Jack from WhatCulture.com, and with Money in the Bank right around the corner, what better way to celebrate than by ranking the top 10 Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. Number 10, Daniel Bryan versus The Big Show at TLC 2011. Now, this wasn't the most exciting cash-in in terms of actual in-ring action, as Big Show had already been knocked out by Mark Henry, who was angry at losing his championship to him in a chairs match just before. And yes, that chairs match was every bit as thrilling as it sounds. Bryan's entire cash-in lasted just 7 seconds, but finally gave him a world championship in the big leagues. It also made him the first NXT call-up to become world champion, and look how many there've been since. I actually don't know how many there've been since. Rollins? You know what, ignore that. It also kickstarted Bryan's obnoxious heel persona and yes chants, which of course led to him shattering the glass ceiling. Number 9, Kane versus Rey Mysterio at Money in the Bank 2010. Again, this wasn't the most exciting cash-in from a pure in-ring standpoint, but I've decided to include it for its sentimental value. Up until this point, Kane had never won a world title since that one-day reign back in the 90s, unless you count the ECW Championship, which you shouldn't because it was f***ing dreadful. Interestingly, this match also represents the only time the briefcase was cashed in on the same night as it was won, so don't say you never learn anything from these lists, you know? Keep the... I'd be a terrible teacher. Number 8, Edge v Undertaker on SmackDown May the 11th, 2007. This cash-in is especially noteworthy as it was on The Undertaker, who, as we all know, rarely loses. Yes, he just survived a steel cage match with Batista, and yes, he had been attacked afterwards by Mark Henry, but that's just another day at the office for the dead man, and to see him go down to Edge was still a massive surprise regardless. Even more surprising is the fact that Edge wasn't even a member of SmackDown at the time, and this cash-in helped cement his status as the ultimate opportunist. This was the first episode in a 2-year arc between Edge and Taker where they feuded on and off, and let's just say that apart from this incident, the Rated R superstar didn't enjoy the best of times. Such as this, and this one. Oh, and that one was particularly bad, yeah. Number 7, CM Punk vs Edge on Raw, June the 30th, 2008. Another cash-in on television and another involving Edge, but this one goes to show that sometimes the Rated R superstar can play the victim, unless it involves stealing your girl. Oh, I've still not forgiven you for that, Edge. You screwed Matt! I'm sorry, I just really miss Matt Hardy, and I just want to wish him all the best in his latest feud with, did you check my notes? Oh, with Jeff Hardy. Oh, they're doing that again. Good one, TNA. Anyway, CM Punk announced... I got a little bit off topic there, sorry. Anyway, CM Punk announced his arrival on Raw in the biggest way imaginable, ambushing Edge after a Batista beatdown to capture his first world title. Again, unless we're counting the ECW Championship, which we most certainly are not. Number 6, CM Punk again, this time versus Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules 2009. This was Punk's first true heelish act in WWE and the seed which led to his magnificent period as the straight edge saviour. Having won the Money in the Bank ladder match for the second year in a row, Punk again used the briefcase to full effect, attacking Jeff mere seconds after the Rainbow Unicorn Sunshine Facepaint Warrior had won the World Heavyweight Championship from Edge. And yes, indeed, Rainbow Unicorn Sunshine Facepaint Warrior is an officially recognised nickname of Jeff Hardy. Look it up if you want, but don't look too hard. In fact, no, just trust me on that one. Anyway, this sparked a magnificent feud between the two, even if the storyline was just a glorified excuse to write Hardy out of the company. Still, TNA took a chance on him, and look where that ended up. Oh god, Jeff. Oh, what were you thinking? Oh my god. Number 5, Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio, April 8th, 2013, aka the Raw after WrestleMania 29. In terms of sheer noise and energy, this cash-in is one of the most rapturously received of all time. To set the scene, Alberto Del Rio was down nursing an injured ankle in the ring. Who injured his ankle, you might ask? Was it the master of the hold, Kurt Angle? Was it the originator, Ken Shamrock? Was it Jack Swagger? Then, Ziggler's music hit and sent that controversial post-Mania crowd into orbit. Dolph marched down to the ring flanked by CM Punk's wife and that guy from the New Day and won his second ever World Heavyweight Championship. It should have been the start of a fantastic title reign, but Dolph actually only held the belt for 69 days, the most hilarious of numbers. An interesting little aside, Dolph was actually the heel in this scenario and Del Rio was the babyface, a fact that everyone forgets when they watch that clip again on YouTube, so impassioned was the crowd's reaction. Number 4, Rob Van Dam versus John Cena, One Night Stand 2006. The only cash-in on this list to be explicitly announced beforehand, RVD's victory over Cena represents the last great hurrah for ECW, before December to Dismember ruined it, and before it was also ruined by Van Dam's fondness for that sweet, sweet Mary Jane. Oh, RVD, what were you doing? Having won the briefcase at WrestleMania 22, RVD deliberately scheduled his title match for One Night Stand, knowing that the pro ECW crowd would absolutely love him and absolutely detest John Cena, and that's exactly what happened. Although his victory was hardly clean, thanks to the interference of Edge, who was wearing a bike helmet for some reason. Did we ever... why? RVD won the match to become both WWE and ECW champion. And the moral of the story is, don't smoke weed, kids, especially if you're on the cusp of the biggest push of your career. RVD, you messed it up so badly. Number 3, Randy Orton v Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013. We wrestling fans don't just enjoy seeing our favourites triumph on grand stages, we also occasionally want our hearts ripped out in the name of good storytelling. Just ask any Game of Thrones fan and then watch them melt into a quivering mess, the absolute pansies. Ooh, is your favourite character dead on Game of Thrones? Try watching the end of The Undertaker's streak. That's what real pain is. Daniel Bryan seemed to have finally broken that pesky glass ceiling at SummerSlam, defeating John Cena clean as a whistle to win the WWE Championship. Then, after a shocking pedigree from guest referee Triple H, why would you ever trust Triple H? Randy Orton ran to the ring and cashed in his briefcase. It was an absolutely heartbreaking moment, but it made Bryan's eventual triumph at WrestleMania 30 all the more satisfying. Number 2, Edge versus Johnny Cena at New Year's Revolution 2006. That was actually on my notes, Johnny Cena. What was I thinking? Sometimes in life, the originals are the best. John Cena had just retained his WWE Championship in a bloody Elimination Chamber match, besting Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, Kane, Carlito, and Chris Masters. What a strange combination that is. Then, as everyone's favourite or least favourite Superman lay bloodied in the ring, Edge executed the first ever Money in the Bank cash-in and demolished him with a pair of spears. Not actual spears, like his move the spear. He didn't use spears. He's not a monster. Unless your name's Matt Hardy. Oh, Edge, This was made even more special by the fact that Vince McMahon announced it, and I like that because these days you get rude superstars rushing in, not even acknowledging the fact that they're cashing in to any authority figure, they don't ask for permission, and I like the fact that Edge asked Vince, and then Vince came out and there was a big ceremony. It was very proper. Good job, Edge. King Ross will approve as well. And number 1, and I'm pretty sure you may have already guessed what it is, that's right, number 1 is Damien Sandow v John Cena. What? No, I'm not allowed to use that one. Okay, number 1 is Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31 during Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. It's unlikely that Seth Rollins' cash-in will ever be topped by another because it happened on the grandest stage of all, and it's actually quite hard to see where WWE go from here. Now, I'm sure you know the story already, unless you're literally 2 years old. Well, 1 year old, it was that, oh my god. But the main event of Mania 31 looked to be headed for disaster. Everyone was sure that Roman Reigns was going to go clean over Brock Lesnar in an absolutely awful move, and then suddenly Rollins appeared to bail everyone out and save the day. Never mind the fact that he was a heel, Seth sprinted down to the ring, flanked by cheers on all sides, delivered a curb stomp, there was a little bit of a match that went on, Lesnar almost won, Reigns almost won, and then finally, Seth Rollins delivered that final curb stomp and pinned Roman to take the WWE Championship. So that's it for the top 10 Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. What did you think of my list? Did you disagree? Did you agree? What should have been left in that was left out? Let us know in the comments below, but for now, I've been Jack from WhatCulture.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Jack_the_jobber, and I'll see you soon. Again, this was far from the most exciting cash-in from a pure in-ring spoint. Fucking hell, Jack.